We are on the last part of the alternate route that the miners suggested that I don't need my access because there is an alternate route. So there is another route.
This is Vern Emard. He's a 62-year-old Albertan with a cabin north of Blairmore in a remote part of the Rocky Mountains. And he's been caught up in a legal battle with a coal company over access to the road. Vern used the road for decades to access his property. That was until January, when the company put a large concrete block across the main gate and suggested that Vern could use an alternate route.
Well, this is the last half a mile from my home, and this is the best part of the alternate route. Well, here I am at one juncture of my alternative access, and I'm wondering how I propose to get my vehicle across this to get my kids in and out. This property was bought in 1993 through Alberta Land Registrar. It has an easement of access called a blanket easement on the property to guarantee access, because you can't buy and sell land in Alberta without access.
And this is the crux of the issue. Vern believes he has a legal right to use the Grassy Mountain Road, even though the coal company now owns the land that it's built on. The company took issue with the snow clearing that Vern was doing on the road last winter and says they had to close it for safety reasons. Vern, however, sees it differently, and he took them to court. He couldn't afford a lawyer, but representing himself, he won a partial victory in August.
They used the excuse that it was safety on the road. Well, nobody else has ever used this road in the winter when I've been snow clearing it except me. So I only had one other option, was to draw my own sword and give it my own go. So I presented that forward with all my evidence, all my arguments, and Justice Hall gave me a judgment to use this road till it was settled. And March 7th of 24, I got to go before court to plead my case.
Under the current court order, Vern doesn't have the right to do any snow clearing on the road, so he wonders what he'll do once the snow gets too deep. The company has also offered to buy the land from Vern, but so far he's refused. He says it just means too much to him. His father's ashes are scattered here.
He helped me do a lot of this stuff up here. We enjoyed it together. It held my family together. You look forward to the retirement age where you can work with your hands to keep an old man strong and alive. And darn miners, they were quietly buying a few landowners on the side of the mountain they'd bought. We knew nothing. But then they were getting aggressive, and they were sitting us down. And like I say, my experience with them, you sell out to us now, or we're going to close the road and your property will be worthless.
You were offered some money, you were offered some land in exchange. It wasn't up to what you thought was a fair deal, but even if, they had come to you with triple the amount of money or a better piece of land, what value does this property have for you beyond the financial?
It's my home. It's where I live and breathe. You can't eat money, and I'm not a people person. This is me. Everybody knows this is Vern.
The coal company is largely owned by Gina Reinhardt, the richest person in Australia, and it's recently applied for exploration permits on Grassy Mountain. The company declined to comment for this story, citing the ongoing court proceedings between it and Vern. The case is due back in court in March 2024, and Vern plans to keep fighting.
It's been my life for 30 years. It's like, how do you give that up? I've given up so much stuff. And it's like, where do you want it to be, Vern?